Hello everyone and welcome to Tiresome. Today we are getting the Scimitar back up and running. That's right, so the previous episode that you just watched was actually a Sunday and I ordered the parts on the Monday and today is Tuesday. Cinderella must go to the ball on Friday. Hopefully. I'm still apprehensive, never done a head gasket before. But this car obviously is pretty much as simple as it gets when it comes to head gaskets and things like that. As you can see, it's got the purple bonnet on it again, temporarily. Basically, because the engine's still somewhat in bits, Tim and I thought we'd best put a bonnet without holes in it on. Let's get it off. May have also put a tarpaulin on it. There we go. Just how we left it. The intake manifold is actually sort of sat in situ, but we're going to have to take it off. And in fact, I think I'm going to have to take the distributor out. Distributor out. It's just so I can seat the inlet gasket as well as possible. Let me show you that, by the way. So, here it is. Look at it. Isn't it a lovely colour? It actually feels almost waxy or clayy or something-y. I don't know what. But this is actually called a Payen gasket. I'm assuming that's the brand, but it was actually 40 quid. QRG do another one, which is £29, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to give this one a test drive. Plus, with the head gaskets, the left-hand side wasn't an issue, so that weeping that I had, I showed you at the beginning of the first bit where I told you that the car was broken, I think, there was like weeping, but actually that head gasket was fine, so I think that the inlet manifold was leaking, don't know who did that, and maybe it was just going down that little crack between the head and the block and seeming like it was leaking, but actually not. So maybe this might be a bit of an upgrade. Well, it definitely looks like a bit of an upgrade. Along with that, we also have exhaust gaskets aplenty. We also have two thermostat housing gaskets, one for the car, one for stock. Also, we have new bolts and washers, and yeah, that's great news. I asked Nige to give me some that were a bit shorter than the stock ones, because I think the bolts that I've got are for like the stock cast iron manifold, and of course I've got tubular stainless steel ones which is thinner, so the bolts actually stuck out quite a bit and I had to use quite a few washers to get them on. So hopefully not only will this increase my chances of being able to get the exhaust on at all, but they will, you know, they will work and not look as shite, I guess. I don't know. Good, let's carry on. Also, fun fact, I said it was Tuesday earlier, I have been at work, it is now 4:10 and I think the sun is due to set at 6:30, but I imagine it will be pretty dark at around just 6, so hopefully that's alright. I've got Tim and hopefully Ken joining as well in a bit, hopefully, I hope very much. Every little bit of help I can get. I really don't want to keep walking to work and back, my legs really hurt. I want this thing to be back up and running, and I want you guys to see it back up and running too. So, I'm going to stop chatting, and I'm just going to start, just take the inlet manifold off again, yeah? So, this is the inlet manifold here, the carburetor is still attached to it, somewhat, you know, there it is. But you can see that the distributor is actually sort of holding it in. Now we can, and have done it, and how we took it off initially was just to sort of finagle it around, but it is a pain in the arse. I'm just going to take the distributor out, I think, be done with it. It's all tangled up here, my electronic ignition wires. I think that's everything that can fall into the engine out. So what I'm going to do is clean the surfaces off where the inlet manifold goes on, or the gasket goes on, I should say. And I don't know which way around this gasket goes. One end's got a small hole, I shall show you. Looks very sort of symmetrical, but you see in this corner it's got a smaller hole, and in this corner a bigger hole. So I'm guessing that will match up to something. So I just phoned Nigel and he made me feel very stupid. He said there's a zigzag bit on the end so you can't get it the wrong way round. Then Ken's here. Say hi, Ken. Hi, Ken. Everyone fucking makes that joke. Everyone, literally everyone. So he said there's a zigzag on the end so you can't get it the wrong way around. And this bit is like a curve. And this bit is a zigzag. And there's your curve, and there's your zigzag. And of course, the way that the cylinders are, this far side is closer to the firewall, so it has to go that way round, copper face down, blah, 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 blah. So let's slap that in. I actually had to put some sort of sealant up here last time, but this gasket I think is quite a gummy texture, and it actually fits in there quite nicely. So I don't think I'm actually going to have to do any of that this time. I reckon it's just gasket on and boulder down. Boulder down. Now we have that sorted. I mean, Ken's cleaning.
Get out of my crack.
Ken's cleaning the faces. He's got a very dirty face, you see. We'll clean all them up, give it a little polish, and then that can plonk back on there. Nice and easy now that we've actually removed the distributor this time. So the intake's done. Ken's cleaned it. Well done, Ken.
Thank you.
Look, here's Tim.
Hello. Hello.
Tim is going to be swapping the coil over properly and professionally. You can see my chrome one at the back there rusting away, and that's obviously popped now. The yellow one peeking out as if behind the wiper motor there is the one that we're going to be popping in. I've actually ordered another one, but it won't be here for probably a couple of days yet, so I'll swap it over again then. But this one just needs to go in properly just to survive the week. Also, I have ordered fluids, but they're not here yet, so I'll have to do that again as well at some point, because today we're also going to have to dump all the fluids and fill it up again. Shall we just plonk it on and see what the bolts do?
Yeah, I reckon so.
It should force it into its right position, shouldn't it?
You would have thought so. No, you're way off at the moment. Fuck you.
Pretty standard for Mike, that.
Ken, oh buddy, oh pal.
Oh, fuck no. I'm not hanging over to that.
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bolts that came out of the inlet manifold.
Should be 10.
They are different lengths. Do you remember? Do you remember what ones go where?
Oh no. Oh no.
I'm assuming.
I know, the little one went in the back.
Yeah, I was going to say the little ones go in the extremities, and the big ones go in the middle. Right? Gotta be.
That would make sense. Gives it air, Michael. No, I can't do it.
Oh, fuck, I thought I did the wrong one. Yes, there was only 2 in the throttle linkage. I thought, it's only the throttle. If it was a brake linkage, that would be much worse.
Do something about that, but See, that's the loose one, so let's have that bolt there, please.
This one?
That's that one.
Getting a nice shot of it out of focus. For fuck's sake, this camera sometimes. I think it's because I put it. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Do you need magneto? Oh no, you can finger it out.
I finger it out.
You can finger it out.
Good finger action. Tell
Yeah,
my
go
wife. That's my wife.
Go on. Could do with a little clean, I reckon.
Mike, Tim's in my way.
Is that right? You wanted that one there? Oh, don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that one's on. That one's yeah.
Got to go on there as well.
Well, negative, yeah. I will say that the gaskets provided by QRG are fucking far superior than
Far superior.
the ones I got on eBay and have had for all these years. The exhaust gaskets, this gasket, and of course the Payen one that we just put on, probably incorrectly, are all top-notch quality. And actually, even though, I mean, this was £1 each, these little thermostat ones. Obviously, it's just a bit of paper, but it just feels like it's more proper paper, whereas the eBay ones do feel like a bit of paper.
Newspaper.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, careful with the wires.
But put it under.
That's what I'm trying to do.
I did make sure I put the wire the same as the other one, up and around. It was like well twisted, but I made sure it was twisted the same.
Yes. That was a bit of breaking point. Right.
Loosely fit the fuel line back in. Oh, right.
I felt it. In a porno. With your mum. Okay. We're missing a bolt. You would never have guessed it, that one. Shall I get another one?
A lot. Well, no. I think that one there looks good.
What, that rusty fucking piece of shit?
Yeah, that's the one.
It's not long enough and it's shit.
Don't know that. This really does sound like a porno now.
Exhaust manifolds next. They're horrible and broken. I almost died off camera. We were jacking it up and Ken...
Jacking it off? Oh god.
Fucking hell!
Oh, fuck. Why? I did it again. I mean, you did it again.
Ken likes to, when he gets the jack handle just enough on so that when you want to come when you come to undo it, obviously you want to crack it off, but you don't need to. So you just end up dropping the car, and it was on the other side, and I just went, why? My reaction was, why? After everything I've done for you. Right, why's he gone away? Oh,
because he pooed himself.
Fucking nearly did.
You're going to need a step now. Oh no, you're going under, aren't you?
What do you mean I'm going under? You're going under.
The fellas are working on the exhaust gaskets, which arguably is the hardest job and the biggest pain in the arsehole. So thank you very much, guys, for that. I am going to drain the oil and the coolant. Well, water filled with rust, as it is probably by now. But that is what I'm going to do, ready for the new fluids. We are losing light very, very quickly. Very quickly indeed. The oil is coming out, and as you may be able to see, it's a little bit milky. Oh yeah. It's like Yakult. It is now dark as a car pulls in with its headlights on. As you can see, we're still working on the fucking car, aren't we? Tim's gone, Ken's still here for a mow, and we have an issue. And the issue is this bolt down here, the thread in the head had gone. So we've put a bolt that's too large through the hole, and now we're just nut and bolting that one. Luckily it was an open face one, that's like one of the only ones. Yeah, exactly, yeah. So that's actually, if there was one to strip, then it's that one. These heads, or at least my ones in particular, are a bit fucked in the exhaust department. Just because it's an iron head, iron's a soft metal, obviously years of them being taken off and everything like that, and the threads are just a bit naff. Obviously, yet again, if I had time to professionally go through it and all that sort of stuff and get them properly looked at, skimmed, bored, whatever, maybe even, you know, could have got them ported and everything. But, yes, Ken thinks he's done it. Is the bottom tight as well? Okay, but there we are. Apart from troubles with the exhaust manifolds, I have got the rocker cover on, obviously drain the oil, you saw that. Manifolds on, everything like that, but we'll see how far we get this evening. Here we go, everyone. End of day one. Ken and I are giving up now. What?
Day one.
Well, day one of... It's not day two.
Feels like
It feels like a million days. But this is day two, yeah. Okay, yeah, end of day two. We got most of it back together, and the engine's sealed. Inlet manifolds on, heads on. This exhaust side is on, as mentioned. Had to sort of do a little bodgery bit there, but you know what, it works. It's not obstructing anything, it's fine. Tomorrow, what are we going to do? We are going to sort the distributor out, make sure the timing's okay, put all the HT leads on, put the fuel cables, fuel hoses back on. That'll be all fine. I've already drained the oil, as you saw, but I will drain the coolant tomorrow, fill up back up with water again and oil. And what's left then? Oh, the other exhaust manifold, which to be honest with you is going to be the main bastard of tomorrow, but you know how it goes. Night, everyone. Night. I'm walking to work again tomorrow. We have returned after charging batteries and the sun going round us once. Us? Do we go round the sun?
No, we haven't gone around the sun once. That'll be a year.
Okay. Well, feels like it, but it's the other. We've gone around. We've done a spin. We've done a spin, and we're back. It's the evening after. You can see Alice is here. Look. As well as young old Timo.
Hello.
So, we're going to crack on. We have one exhaust manifold to get back on, which Tim and Alice are going to tackle in family fashion. And also, we have to kind of get the distributor back in vaguely properly, all the leads on. I'll only do the side that we've done now for leads because they're just going to get in the way of the exhaust manifold operation. Otherwise, we actually left the oil pan dripping overnight, so that should be well dripped by now, and then we're ready to bung that plug back in, which I guess I'll do in a bit, and top it up with some fresh oil. The plan is to Drain the coolant as well, indeed, once the other exhaust manifold's on, because I don't want to get the floor all wet and covered in crap when just about to roll around on the floor. So I'll do that in a bit. But what we're going to do is then top it up with water and indeed oil. Run it up to temperature, maybe go for a drive, see what it's like. And then I haven't decided whether I'm going to, probably what I'll do is then come back, dump it all again, and then fill it with fresh stuff and replace the oil filter very soon after. I'm not doing that straight away because there's no point me replacing the filter and then it pushing a load of crap around the engine and then just the filter getting clogged immediately with mayonnaise-y shite. But very soon after. Maybe I might do it in a couple of days or not. I haven't decided yet. But either way, we're close, I feel. I feel we're close, and I've just got the anxiety of whether the car's actually going to be fixed after this. Feels a little bit hard to believe, but also it should be. No reason why not, right? It was running all right before, apart from, you know, the head gasket. So let's dig in. We've been very busy, boys and girl. I'll show you. What have we done? Well, the ignition leads are back on, probably in the right order. Tim and Alice have got the other header on, so that's good to go. Both headers are on now, so that's great news. Obviously the rockers were on, all done yesterday. Absolutely everything. And I'm noticing things like this. Jubilee was undone. I didn't do that. I don't know who did that. Tim says it wasn't him, so that makes it Ken. Ken, it's your fault, you bastard. This back hose is on. We tightened the throttle linkage up. Oh, we do need to put the spring back on, but there's just so much to check. And of course, for the eagle-eyed viewers, we are missing the alternator, the brackets on the roof, actually. Oh fuck, secret. See, this is it. It moves. Everything moves. So that's the next sort of big step. Once that's on, and of course the throttle return spring, then we are talking, probably turn it over by hand first, just to make sure everything's... What do you think, actually? We don't need to do that. No, we did the rockers all, again, off camera as mentioned, so we know the engine turns okay and everything like that. Oh, probably would have put some oil in it, though. That would be good. No. So, yeah, we'll be filling up with oil and stuff in very shortly. And as Tim does the final few rotations on the alternator, we have everything back on now. Absolutely everything. Even a brand... Well, not a brand new, but a different crimp connector on the temp switch, you know, for the temp. We actually had a bit of a problem with the return spring, which normally goes from here to the back of the throttle linkage to sort of help it spring back, but we can't see. I mean, it was on there. I'm pretty sure it was on this side, but I don't know. Oh fucking hell, it's all falling apart. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what's happened there, but the spring does have enough spring in it to just return it naturally anyway, so that's fine for a moment. I best put this pipe back on, hadn't I? And there's another vacuum line as well on the back, but we're getting very close to turning over and seeing what on earth happens. That's a 14, yeah.
Yeah, it's the right one.
Well, get the right one.
There's some blue in there.
Release yourself. Calypso, I release you from your human bonds. You like Pirates of the Caribbean?
Say again?
Do you not like Carrots of the Carrots of the Pirate?
Kind of like a bit wonk, but... Oh! We'll let that bubble down for a bit. Hiya! Oh, we're losing light! Hi. So, it's all back together now? All together? No. But it's not full of water. It's probably full of oil now. We're just going to see if it starts at all, what it sounds like. We've also got a timing light hooked up. I know some of you have been asking me to use a timing light for years. I've always just done it by ear. But Tim's here. Tim knows what he's doing. Tim knows what he's doing. So we're going to use a Gunson's time strobe.
Yes.
Sounds like something out of Doctor Who.
Yes. Looks like something out of Doctor Who, actually.
Yeah.
In the 80s.
And yes, now what we're going to do is, try and fire it. I'm actually really anxious about this. Not only if it starts, works and everything like that, I've never torn an engine down this far myself, but also the amount of people that have had hands on it. These exhausts, and my personal ones, are notorious for leaking, hence why they were jammed up with JB Weld. So, to be honest, if the engine runs and those don't leak, we don't get a huff, then I'll be very happy. But for now, let's just see if it even lights off, because don't forget, I'm the one who put all the leads back on as well.
Yeah.
And I'm good at that.
And as we know, fire often comes after you
Exactly.
do the leads.
Yes. Oh. What's happened there is Tim's pulled the bloody wire off it. Pull it out of the inertia switch.
It pulled out the inertia switch.
Yeah. What we'll do is just bypass it for now. Shall I put the jump pack on it? It could be so dead it can't even do the pump.
It might be.
Well, see if the full lights come on.
Sorry?
Turn your headlights on, see how bright they are.
No, they're LEDs, so it wouldn't really be a good gauge.
Yeah.
So, hang on, let's just go back to basics here. Where is the fuel pump getting its power from?
Down here.
That through the coil.
It's off the positive of the coil.
Yeah.
You got that onto the positive, that onto the negative.
Yeah, okay.
That wire was already connected.
So when the ignition goes on, what we're doing at the moment is swapping the coil out, because it could be that this coil actually is completely untested too. We put another one in, one of my really old ones back when I had an AccuSpark electronic ignition, so it's at least 9 years old and it's just been sat in my shed. But also, I believe that was actually a ballast ignition coil, which basically means it could be a 6-volt coil, thus not giving enough voltage out to the fuel pump, which is hooked off the coil, and also through the inertia switch. Be safe, kids. Install an inertia switch. You need one, okay? Well, after a lot of fault finding, we did it. Tim mentioned the words earth straps and saw them dangling around, and I remembered that there are two connected to the heads, one each side, and obviously we took them off because we had to. So now the fuel pump works. It's great news. Now then, before we do fire it off, I want you to comment down below. What do you think is going to go wrong? Something will. Something already has.
Oh, yes.
We didn't even get that far. Earth straps, tick. Whoever put that in the comments is right. But yeah, we've got the exhaust gaskets. We've got timing. We've got ignition. Actual, like the order of firing order. There's a lot that could go wrong. And it might also be worth mentioning, if we get smoke out the engine bay, that's fine. We've been spraying lots of stuff at this car for a few days now. Not only that, but I've just poured half a gallon of bloody oil over the manifolds. Yep. So that's a thing.
Timing's off. Don't know.
This is me.
It was popping.
Yeah, I reckon it's me.
Yeah,
I reckon
we do know your success rates.
Yeah, they are. I don't think I've ever been successful, actually.
With leads.
Shall I double check?
Yes. Oh, so we have one like chunk out.
Maybe, yeah. Should we take the cleaner off? Quick belief. No, it's squirting fuel out of there. It shouldn't be coming out of there, should it?
No, something's out. In the meantime, I'll have a
Those of you who said Mike fucked the timing up, you're correct. Yeah, unfortunately, I did do that. Obviously the distributor moved or something, the cab may have moved or something whilst I was working on it, and now it's the firing order's completely wrong and timing's out probably and all that shit. So we'll come back to another day where hopefully we're not here until the sun goes completely down and we're all late for dinner and streams.
But on a plus side, we do have fuel.
We do have fuel.
And we do have spark.
We do have fuel and spark, so that's good.
Just
and
not
compression.
Just not when they should be.
Just not where they should be. So this is an actual organic issue at this point.
Yeah.
The question is, how many of those are going to come up? And as if by magic, it's daylight again. Tim and Alice are both here again. Thanks, guys, for your help in advance. Also, one benefit of this taking so long. How long has it been now? We worked on the car Sunday.
Yeah.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 5 days in a row we've been jamming on this, and the car is due at the ball tomorrow. So it really is, as always, pushing the limits. Really annoying. Probably going to be the final time I'm going to say this, but if we had those inlet gaskets and absolutely everything, and I knew what I was doing when I took the ignition apart, then it would have actually all been done on that Sunday if we had got everything back together. Maybe a bit of Monday, but for it to have lasted this long is outrageous. The good news is that little temporary coil that we've been using just for testing, a little bit yesterday obviously, where you may have not even seen it because it's so dark, but you saw it at the beginning with the bulldog clip on it, that little testy one. Well, we finally have a replacement, and this is a Viper one, and it's just going to replace it. I'm hoping it comes with some good fixins. And the other thing is, rumour has it, my dad might be turning up today, so that'd be cool. Tim's freeing off the old coil and I'm doing the important bit, putting stickers on the new one. I think we'll go for a bit of that. Could be that, but I think that. You know it's a good part when you get stickers with it, you know?
Yeah, oh, of course.
Either that or they've just rebranded Chinese shite and you have to put your own stickers on it.
Yeah, they've had to get stickers, yes.
But this is a Viper coil from Simon BBC. Don't know what BBC stands for. Probably not that. Oh, all stickered up. Beautiful. And as Tim retrieves and then redrops a bolt that he has.
Any idea where it went?
No. Oh, I'm glad I started recording at exactly that moment.
Yes, thank you.
Anyway, whilst the Titanic search vessels are out, you can see just beyond the mass of coil leads there. Oh, there we go. There's a new coil in there somewhere. Look, you see that? Beautiful. I have also set the distributor up. I know it looks messy right now. We'll tidy it up in a bit, but I have set it up to an actual specification. And if we refer to Johann's doc, he says if we rock the fifth, then you set one there. And Tim has actually been doing research, because I'm very grateful for that, because that is basically top dead centre. If you rock the fifth, and that means cylinder number one is at top dead centre, and that is of course where you go. So we're going to do that, then rotate the rotor arm to be firing on cylinder number one.
Yeah, not just top dead centre.
Oh.
But also the proper top dead centre.
Proper top centre.
The piston goes up twice.
Yes.
Then it's the correct one.
Okay, because it could be 180 out.
Exactly.
Okay, because we were dabbling with not rocking the fifth, and we could have been 108 out, and if we were, then we could just reverse the firing order. But I didn't want to do that. I would like to do it somewhat okay a little bit. As Tim just said, we are ready to rock the fifth. You can see the rocker cover there, and just in front of the windscreen, I am going to get my arse out, and we've got a ratchet set up down here on the old cranky wanky. Sorry, didn't mean to say that. And I've never actually turned this engine over with plugs in before, so it's not that bad. No, that's probably a bad sign.
What I'm also hoping is that we can see the timing mark, because the timing mark should be on in position with the timing line.
You're not going to fucking believe this.
Yeah, it's bang on.
It's bang on.
There we go.
I'm going to show you, because I would have never fucking done that. So, the crank pulley down the bottom there, you see on the block there's like a little divot coming out, and in the actual crank pulley there's also a little notch as well. You see that?
Yeah.
Bang on!
Spot on.
Wow. That was good going. Yes. All in one take, by the way. No cuts on that.
Makes a change. See where I've just put it down.
What's that noise? Oh, rolling bolts around.
Looking for bolts.
Do you want me the microphone on you? You're going to talk, yeah?
I'll talk, yeah. What we're going to do now is see how far out the timing actually is when Mike put his distributor back in. Because this
is still bolted in.
This is still bolted in, roughly where it should be.
Yeah.
And if this is correct, it should be pointing pretty much at cylinder one. You
need to get the ratchet on it.
Oh,
I see the rotor arm.
The rotor arm.
Oh, I see.
The rotor arm should be pointing at one.
Okay.
If it isn't,
we're out.
Aha! There we go.
Okay,
it's
good.
Pointing that way.
It is.
So yes, when that's gone in, because you've got a number of gears, it's obviously hooked into the wrong gear, and it spins round, and that's why we're so far out.
Okay, so what, we take the dizzy out now,
we take the dizzy out,
spin the rotor arm around whilst it's out,
spin it back round and drop it back in,
and then it'll be fine.
Then it was spot on. Hopefully.
Now Tim's done the science, I'm going to do the timing. Buzz them up a bit.
Yeah. Sorry to take over, but I wasn't quite
No, that's
sure.
fine. That's okay, babes.
Oh, it's Father. Your dad.
And we are losing light again. What is the time? It's got to only be like 5 or something, right?
It is. I think it's about half 5.
Half 5, yeah, okay. Oh, by the way, Father appeared. We are just tightening up the last rocker cover. We have misplaced a bolt. It's probably not inside the engine.
No part of the engine.
No, there was no part of the engine open at the time. No. But everything is now back in place. We've got the timing done. Everything's looking good. New coiling, all wired up. Inertia switch back in for the fuel pump. It's so good. Everything's going so well. Apart from that one bolt. But what we will do, regardless of that bolt, is, well, we can still see if the car starts or anything. I doubt very much that we'll have much splashage happening outside of one bolt missing, you know. Let's have a little looky.
I found the bolt.
He did find the bolt, yes, and now we're putting it in. I was just halfway through saying the Scimitar will never let you completely win, but it maybe might, a little bit. Come on then. Right, will the fuel pump work? Because that was an issue. Did you tighten up the earth strap?
Oh, what, that one there?
Yeah. All right then, just tightening up the earth strap.
Look at that.
I promise we're not doing this for drama. It's not for attention times at all. It's just, you know, forgetful, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
Actually sits on.
Oh, fuel pump works. I couldn't resist. I had to get a bit of fuel pump.
Yeah.
Right, let's have a go.
Go.
Got no alternator light. Now I do.
Okay.
Got fuel pump and everything. Ready?
Yeah.
It's only the third time we've got the timing wrong. It's the third time. Okay, so what we've done is move all the spark plugs one around. So, Tim's explained.
Yes. So that
Basically,
they wanted to run with it there, but we needed it further. So then you start further back, and hopefully
it's going to start first time.
it should start first time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Spilt a lot of oil on there, Father.
Yeah, I know, it's just on. I was keeping an eye on it. There's no flames yet.
Yeah.
I did say yeah. It seems like it's running on 6 cylinders and not blowing.
Sit rep. This car started up, it's great. We've done the timing by ear so far. Tim is eagerly wanting to get that timing light on. He's sat there like some sort of Western saloon man with it in his holster. But the car overheated. So we're assuming that's because, of course, I did pour some water in couldn't get all of it in. It's all gone around, it's all bled, it's all gone into all the places it should be now, and it probably actually is low. So we've got to wait for the car to cool off for a moment before we top it up with boiling water, because we don't want to crack the block by putting cold water in. Whilst we're waiting though, we'll get the bonnet on it.
Somewhere in between is probably right.
Starting the car to bleed the system, then we'll top up appropriately. Not here, is it? Yeah, I forgot to put the cap on. Got up to temperature though, didn't it? Oh, just put some more in, you know?
Yeah.
Just for fun. Cars, eh? Well, actually, it's all me.
All you see is a blue coat on the camera.
Oh, he's got the camera that way now.
There we go, start her up. Might want to take the battery jumper pack with me just in case.
Yeah.
I will say that there are marks on the timing gears as well, which requires taking the timing cover off.
We ain't doing that.
We're not doing that. I should probably do a little wrap up.
Yes, you should get some wrapping going.
Oh, boop chap, boop chap. And there we have it. The car runs, and it got up to temperature, and it cooled itself down, and the fan kicked in when it should have. That's great news, isn't it? Look at this, look.
Yes.
Fabulous.
Lots of lights.
Yeah, it's very dark. Thanks everyone for watching. I am going to cut into a video of me a couple of days later doing an oil change and a proper coolant change on it, and giving you my feedback to make sure that it actually has fixed the issue and that the car is actually running okay. Cut to then.
Ooh, it's Michael from the future. Oh, that was good, wasn't it? Almost 40 minutes of getting a Scimitar working, and then I realised I didn't record an outro. Yeah, seriously though, in this moment, the Scimitar's working. It's great. The following day, we go to a car show, as mentioned at the very beginning of this ordeal. It turns out really great. The car show, but the drive was probably one of the worst drives I've ever experienced, and it wasn't even anything to do with the car. I'm not joking, I'm not exaggerating. I was almost shaking with, I think, adrenaline, but not because it was so hardcore, just because it was so treacherous and just ridiculous. Anyway, I think that journey actually deserves its own video clip. It was that bad. I don't actually have any footage, but it's a story, let me tell you. The car itself actually, I was going to say didn't miss a beat. It did miss a beat, and as we speak right now, it will start, it will fire up, I can drive it around. It still needs the tune and everything. I did say that the next video that you would see would be me doing a service on it. Well, of course, that's going to happen, as well as sorting the exhaust blowout, which the following day after the last shot you just watched, in the bit you just watched, it's all fine. The next day, it had an exhaust blow. I'm guessing, it just had a bit of time to bed in a bit, and it had a couple of heat cycles on it, so when it cooled down, it developed a blow. But either way, that needs to be sorted. I need to sort the fueling out and the timing as well. We did do the timing with the light just a little bit, but in my experience, well, for the last almost 10 years, I've been tuning the car just by ear, seeing where it's happy, seeing how the throttle responds and things like that with the timing. And it previously felt like it had loads of top end, like the power band was really good and pulled up, and it kind of made you want to rev it out, and it felt really good. As we speak, it feels really like a truck, like it almost runs out of steam halfway through the rev range, but it's got loads of bottom end. So there's just a little bit of fine tuning to do there, and of course fueling as well, because we didn't really even touch that. Probably shouldn't really need to, but it's just worth going through it all, you know. Anyway, there you go. There's the sit rep. The Scimitar is technically fine. It does move. It did get me to work a couple of times. It actually has been over a month, I think, since I fixed it. And I've just been doing so busy and doing loads of other stuff. Obviously, you saw the NEC video maybe last week, and yeah, that sort of took priority. I had to get that one out whilst the event was still hot. And I apologise it's taken so long, and I'm apologising again because this video is so long too, man, but there's a lot to get in. But the car is awesome. I still love it. I'm going to have having that forever, man. Thank you very much for watching. Please, if you have got a spare shilling, chuck it my way. Subscribe, get yourself some emotes and a cool badge when you comment and all that sort of stuff. Support the channel, and I will keep making content. Thanks very much. See you in the next one.